The spread offense has taken over college football, evolving from a relatively unknown way of playing to the most dominant force in the modern college football game. But no teams have perfected it like the 2019 LSU Tigers, the 2020 Alabama Crimson Tide, and the 2018 Oklahoma Sooners. Each ran a different version of the spread, but together they form the foundation of what we're calling the super spread offense, a system designed to maximize space, create mismatches, and light up the scoreboard in college football 25. In this series, we're going to break down each of these legendary offenses into their own video, showing you exactly how each one dominated, but instead of running them separately, we're going to be combining their best elements into one complete scheme, and it's all going to be run out of the Georgia playbook. So by combining 2019 LSU, 2020 Bama, and 2018 Oklahoma, we create our super spread scheme that will be one of the deadliest offenses you use all year in college football 25. And in this video, we're going to break down the history of these teams, the core principles of the whole offense, and the personnel we are going to use for this scheme. When talking about modern spread dominance, no team embodies it more than the 2019 LSU Tigers. Led by Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, this team obliterated defenses en route to a 15-0 record, an SEC title, and a national championship. Now, LSU's offense was a perfect blend of elite quarterback play, explosive weapons, and a modern scheme that dismantled defenses. Joe Burrow's Heisman season, he threw for 5,671 yards and 60 touchdowns, completing an absurd 76.3% of his passes, making it the most efficient season in college football history. Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson formed a nightmare duo, combining for 38 touchdowns before becoming top-tier NFL receivers. Then offensive coordinator Joe Brady fused Sean Payton's NFL-style passing concepts with college RPOs and spread looks, making LSU's attack impossible to predict. In the SEC Championship, LSU made a statement, winning 37-10 versus Georgia. In the Peach Bowl versus Oklahoma, Burrow had a historic night, throwing for 7 touchdowns in the first half, en route to a 63-28 blowout. In the national title versus Clemson, after trailing early, LSU responded with 35 unanswered points, winning 42-25 and cementing their legacy as one of the greatest college football teams of all time. LSU's offense didn't just break records, they redefined offensive football. They attacked all areas of the field using 5-man route concepts, forcing defenses into unwinnable situations. If LSU's offense was about bombarding defenses with deep shots, Alabama's spread in 2020 focused on precision and efficiency. Led by Mac Jones, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, and Najee Harris, Alabama averaged 48.5 points per game, dominating an SEC schedule and cruised to a national title. Alabama's offense was a masterclass in execution and spacing, thriving on perfect timing and elite playmakers. In 2020, Devontae Smith racked up 117 catches, 1,856 yards, and 23 touchdowns, becoming the first wide receiver to win the Heisman Trophy since 1991. And then Mac Jones threw for 4,500 yards and 41 touchdowns while completing an NCAA best 77.4% of his passes. Then Najee Harris was the definition of a 3-down back, rushing for 1,466 yards and 26 touchdowns while adding 43 receptions and 4 touchdowns as a receiver. Then in the SEC Championship versus Florida, Mac led a shootout win, throwing for 418 yards and 5 touchdowns. In the national title versus Ohio State, Alabama dismantled the Buckeyes 52-24, with Smith exploding for 215 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half alone. So where LSU thrived on attacking deep, Alabama's spread was built on flawless execution. The Tide had the best offensive line in the country, and this allowed Mac to operate a quick strike passing game while Smith and Waddle torched defenses after the catch. While LSU and Alabama thrived with pure spread passing attacks, 2018 Oklahoma added a dangerous twist, a mobile QB threat. With Kyler Murray leading Lincoln Riley's system, the Sooners became the most explosive offense in the country, finishing first in points per game at 48.4 and first in yards per play at 8.6. Oklahoma's offense forced defenses to account for the quarterback as a runner, creating impossible matchups. For Kyler Murray, he threw for 4,300 yards and 42 touchdowns while also rushing for 1,000 yards and 12 scores, making him one of the most dynamic dual threat quarterbacks in college football history. Then Marquise Hollywood Brown had 75 catches for 1,318 yards and 10 TDs, stretching defenses to their limits. Then they had CeeDee Lamb. He hauled in 65 catches for 1,158 yards and 11 touchdowns, serving as a dominant weapon over the middle of the field. Then in the Big 12 championship versus Texas, Murray put on a show, accounting for 3 touchdowns as Oklahoma avenged their only loss of the regular season with a 39-27 win. Then in the Orange Bowl versus Alabama, despite losing 45-34, Oklahoma's offense racked up 471 total yards against an elite defense. Now, Oklahoma's spread thrived on deep shots and the QB run game, making them a nightmare to defend. Their scheme focused on forcing defenses to account for the QB as a legitimate rushing threat, allowing them to create massive plays off zone reads, RPOs, and play action bombs. Now we're going to go over the core principles of our super spread offense, and these are going to run through all 3 of our schemes. So first, we want full field spacing to stretch defenses. The foundation of this offense is spreading the field to make defenses cover every inch of the field. By aligning receivers wide and utilizing multiple formations, we create natural mismatches and open up space for both the passing and running game. This approach forces defenses to decide between spreading themselves too thin to stop the pass and leaving gaps in the run game. In college football 25, this means using formations that stretch the field sideline to sideline while also allowing us to exploit defensive alignments with quick throws, screens, and runs. Then we want quick passing and RPO concepts. The spread offense thrives on quick decisions and run-pass options. These put an incredible amount of stress on defenses every play. These concepts ensure that the quarterback has multiple options on each snap, allowing us to punish defenses whether they commit to stopping the run or the pass. This principle creates a fast-paced passing attack that keeps defenders guessing and unable to react quickly. In college football 25, quick passing concepts like slants, hitches, and screens combined with RPOs allow us to stay ahead of the chains and set up big plays. Then we want the vertical pass game for explosive plays. This offense is built to create chunk plays and attack defenses vertically. By stretching the field with deep routes and using play action to pull down defenders, we can generate explosive gains and punish over-aggressive defenses. In college football 25, the vertical passing game will be the cornerstone of these offenses. By attacking with our quick pass game and running the ball, we can start to affect defenses where they will start to cheat down, and then we can unleash some big-time threats and take some giant shots down the field. Then even though the super spread offense emphasizes passing, a strong running game is essential to its success. By attacking light defensive boxes with a variety of run concepts, we can keep defenders guessing and set up explosive opportunities in both the run and the pass game. In college football 25, this means using a mix of inside zones, counters, and jet sweeps to attack defenses that overcommit to stopping the pass. The goal is to keep the defense off balance and create easy yardage on the ground when they are so focused to stop our dynamic passing attacks. Then if you want to take your college football 25 game to the next level, you need to check out my website, Scheme Kings. Up right now, we have our first mini scheme for this super spread offense where I break down 2 formations with gun bunch and wing trips. In these formations, we go over some great runs and RPOs, some really good ways to attack both man and zone coverage, and then a way to bomb your opponent deep over the top. And then be on the lookout because we have a ton more coming on the site for this super spread offense. Then I also have a ton of offensive stuff on the site, like my new dual threat QB offense, where I'm breaking down 6 of the greatest running quarterbacks of all time and how you can use them to their full potential in both Madden and college football 25. Then I also have my spread to run offense, where I broke down 3 of the best college football offenses ever. Then I have full defenses on the site, like my Nick Saban defensive scheme and my Bill Belichick defensive scheme, and they are for Madden and college football as well. So by subscribing to the site, you'll get access to all of my Madden 25 content and college football 25 content for one price. And on the site, you can purchase the yearly membership, which will save you $50 over the course of the year. Then I'm also going to be running our super spread sale on the site, and this is going to run until February 21st. Use code SUPER to get 50% off your first month if you do the monthly membership. And if you want to check out the site, I will link it down below. Now, the super spread offense is all about maximizing elite talent at key positions to create explosive plays and put defenses into no-win situations. So right here, we're going to break down the personnel that will make this offense so tough to stop in college football 25. Now, the quarterback is going to be the engine of this offense. This system demands a passer who can make quick reads, distribute the ball efficiently, and take advantage of deep shot opportunities when they arise. While mobility is useful, decision-making, accuracy, and pocket presence are the top priorities. So what we need from our QB, we need quick processing and the ability to read defenses pre-snap, pinpoint accuracy in the short and intermediate passing game, the arm talent to stretch the field and hit deep routes in stride. Now, some historical examples of our quarterback is going to be Joe Burrow in 2019 and Mac Jones in 2020. Both thrived in spread systems by making quick, efficient reads and distributing the ball accurately to their playmakers. Now, we are going to be using the Tom Brady legend card, and he fits this system perfectly with his elite accuracy and really strong arm. Then we have our running back, and in this system, he must be a home run hitter who can capitalize on light boxes and put pressure on the defense as both a runner and receiver. This offense thrives when the defense has to respect the run game, opening up lanes for the passing attack. So in these offenses, we had Clyde Edwards-Helaire on LSU, who is an elite pass-catching back who thrived in space, and Najee Harris, who combined power and versatility, making him a three-down weapon. And then with his game-breaking speed, Chris Johnson is a nightmare for defenses, and we're going to be using his rewind card in this offense. And if defenders hesitate even for a second, he has the ability to make them pay. Then the number one receiver in this offense is going to be our go-to guy in critical situations. He needs to be able to win one-on-one matchup, dominate in contested catch situations, and stretch the field vertically. Jamar Chase with LSU is a dominant deep threat who bullied defenders, while Devontae Smith thrived as an elite route runner who always found ways to get open. And in this spot, we are using the Jeremiah Smith nightmare card, and he's going to be our alpha receiver in this offense, capable of making big plays on deep routes and serving as a reliable target in clutch moments. Then the slot receiver is going to be our chain mover and yak specialist in this system. This player must be able to create separation quickly, work the middle of the field, and be dangerous after the catch. So at LSU, they had Justin Jefferson in this role, and he was just a lethal slot weapon, consistently finding space and racking up yards after the catch. Then at Oklahoma, they had CD Lamb. He played a big slot role where he was amazing over the middle of the field and was one of Kyler Murray's go-to weapons. Now, we are going to be using Isaiah Bond's Season 3 card here, and he fits the role perfectly, using his speed and shiftiness to consistently get open and turn short passes into big pickups. Then the tight end in this system is a hybrid weapon who can line up in multiple spots and create matchup nightmares for defenses. Whether split out wide in the slot or in line as a blocker, this player must be a receiving threat who forces defenses to account for him at all times. Now, we are going to be using the Gadsden Nightmare card, and he gives this offense another elite pass-catching option capable of working the middle of the field while also being an elite blocker in the run game who can open up some big holes. Now, here's a look at the full lineup we are using for this super spread offense. Feel free to pause here and take a closer look at the whole lineup. Now, once you get your hands on this full scheme, you are going to be unstoppable. But remember, there's the first part of this offense up on Scheme Kings right now, so you can get a head start on this whole scheme. But then you are also going to need to get stops on defense, and I have an amazing 3-high defensive scheme that I have just released that is going to help you perform way better on defense, and you can check that out right here.